Hello, welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be talking about the transits that are happening that really define 2025 and the changes it will bring. So we're starting back in November of 2024, November 19th, when Pluto moved into Aquarius. And it is finally going to be there for quite some time now. It is no longer retrograding back into Capricorn anymore. That part of the phase is over. And so now, with it in Aquarius, the future is now. And, which is a song, by the way, in case you didn't know. With it in Aquarius, it is really marked by the rise of AI and AGI, and that's likely where things are headed, is artificial general intelligence. And with this rise of technology and even more separation from each other in some ways, less interaction with humans, the need for community is going to become even more obvious, and that is going to be one of the challenges of Pluto and Aquarius, is how to create more community in the face of even more technology. And how can we fill that gap of community, the need for community? And with this rise of AI, there are humanitarian promises embedded within it, but there's also humanitarian questions and concerns embedded within it. So this is going to be really dependent upon the people who are behind it and the people who are in charge of policy around it. So hopefully there will be some consideration and policies created that take into account the humanity and the impact that it may have on the workforce in particular, but while still moving forward with the idealistic hopes and dreams that AI could bring and the rise of more technology could bring. And then we've got, on January 11th of 2025, the nodes change signs. So the South Node moved from Libra into Virgo, and the North Node moved from Aries into Pisces. So we're moving towards the Pisces energy, and we're taking with it Virgo lessons and Virgo energy as well. So Virgo is very analytical and very grounded and good at planning and considering all potential issues and possibilities. And it can be kind of a worrier, with this analytical mind of it kind of thing going on. So it's going to be, it kind of makes me think of this AI concerns in a way, which is kind of funny. And then with the North Node in Pisces, one of the negatives of Pisces is escapism, but it's also extremely intuitive, imaginative, and has a very idealistic side as well. And it has this sort of rose-colored view on things at times, but it also can be aware of what is unconscious as well. So it just depends on, like, the stage that the Pisces is in, because there is an idealistic phase of Pisces, but then there's the becoming aware of the unconscious and the shadow. And so Pisces can delve very deep into that as well, and learn much more about our collective shadow as well. So that's kind of what we're looking at here with this North Node in Pisces, is the sort of deep dive into the collective unconscious and becoming aware of what has been hidden. And it is a very compassionate sign, so this does bring some amount of hope for where things are headed in some ways. As long as we're not escaping what the potential issues could be. And then March 29th, 2025, Neptune moves into Aries. And shortly after, on May 25th, 2025, Saturn moves into Aries. So with Neptune in Aries, we're moving from, the ruling, the Neptune rules Pisces. We are moving from that energy into Aries. So this can be maybe, like, one way I see it is that there will be truths revealed, like the veil will be lifted, and we will have to face our fears with courage and face what has been hidden with courage. But it also can be that there is deception upon, like, coming from Aries type energies. So, the military is very Aries ruled type of area of life. So that could be one area where deception is stemming from, or it could be an area where the truths are being revealed from. And with Neptune moving into Aries, it is a very vibrant, young energy. So there can be a reinvigoration of spirituality and intuition, and learning to trust your intuition and have more courage and take more risks based on what your intuition is telling you. And when Saturn moves into Aries, it is going to be like a burst of energy towards, like, long-term goals. But it can also represent some frustrations as well, because maybe things aren't moving as fast as you want them to. But because there's a conjunction soon after that, after Saturn moves into Aries, between Saturn and Neptune, this is going to be about really manifesting your visions and dreams that you've had and bringing them into a more concrete state and taking action more courageously. So this can be very great for that as well. And on June 9th, 2025, Jupiter moves into Cancer. So this can be about a feeling of expansion when it comes to home, family, and your, like, foundation. So you can really expand your horizons in this area of life. And it can also be about learning about other cultures' traditions, and learning about other cultures, like family life, or the more, how their way of life in the home especially. And with Jupiter in Cancer, it could also be that, you maybe move, or maybe there's sort of an expansion of territory in some way, or things of that nature, where you just kind of are expanding maybe what you call home, potentially even. And then on July 7th, 2025, Uranus moves into Gemini. So with Uranus and Gemini, okay, first of all, one of the guys who created the internet, one of the guys behind the internet, had Uranus and Gemini natally, or has Uranus and Gemini natally. I think they're both still alive. I'm not 100% sure. I looked it up, but I forgot already. But one of them has Uranus and Gemini, and one of them has Uranus and Taurus. So that's kind of interesting, because now we're moving from Uranus and Taurus to Uranus and Gemini. So there can be an expansion, or not expansion, I mean, that's more of a Jupiter word, but like Uranus and Gemini, I have a feeling there's going to be like an increase in technological advancement. There will also be potentially communication with extraterrestrials, as well as a deeper understanding of telepathy, because I feel like with Uranus and Gemini, it's like instant communication. And also space travel is another thing with Uranus and Gemini. Short trips to space, you know, or, you know, maybe that Mars mission will actually happen sometime in the near future, that people, you know, have been talking about. But yeah, with Uranus and Gemini, definitely like an increase in communication and an increase in intelligence of some sort, which makes sense with AI as well. So anyways, that's the overview for 2025. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. I appreciate it. Have an awesome time.